Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 horror drama The Banishing, a film that is directed by Christopher Smith and it stars Jessica Brown Findlay, John Lynch, Sean Harris and John Heffernan. Now this film is a traditional, very traditional actually, haunted house film that is set in the 1930s and follows Jessica Brown Findlay's character, Marianne, who has a young daughter that she had out of wedlock, and you can imagine how that was frowned upon in the 1930s, who marries a priest, played by John Heffernan, Linus. Linus has just been given his own parish in this small community, and they move into this quite large manor that comes with a very, very dark past. And once the locals learn that this young mother and the priest are living there with this young girl, Sean Harris's character in particular, Harry Price, becomes very, very concerned and try very hard to convince them that the house has a darkness that they need to take seriously. Right. So what are my thoughts on The Banishing? Well, this is a very, very competently made horror film that is very, very watchable, is elevated by some excellent performances and has the odd scare here and there. Unfortunately for the film, that's kind of it. It doesn't do anything new with the genre, unfortunately, and kind of delivers what it says on the tin. When you read the description of this film, you've kind of watched the film. It's kind of one of those. It doesn't really give you anything else. But as I say, that doesn't really change from the fact that what we get here is something that's ultimately quite watchable. I think what we get here with the dynamic here in the film of this young mother who has clearly been through a lot. We learn progressively through the film what she has been through. Especially having this child out of wedlock, and we learn that this priest Linus, essentially, as it's said in the film, kind of saves her, even though we get other explanations kind of later on, which is why she devoted herself to him and they got married and things like that. Now, again, this delivers other problems in the fact that she wants a physical relationship with her new husband. He's less inclined, obviously, because he's given himself to God and all this kind of stuff. He's a bit frigid and, she's a bit frisky. And she wants to live a little bit, you know what I mean? She wants to go into the community and learn more about the community, but this priest, Linus, is actually quite jealous as well. Very, very traditional. And he's struggling to connect with his new wife and especially her daughter. However, the daughter herself is going through her own darkness. As the house takes hold, as this darkness rises in this house to kind of try and consume this new family, the daughter is the first one to be targeted, and she gets more and more distant with her mother. In fact, she gets to the point where she doesn't even call her mother anymore. She calls her by her first name. She calls something else mother, which is frightening in its own way. And again, all these dynamics kind of work, and I thought the performance, especially by the young girl, I'm not thinking what was she called now. She was called Anya McKenna-Bruce. Quite a talented young actress, I would suggest. She does a good job in this film. And Sean Harris, Sean Harris, who I think is quite a remarkable actor. I've seen him in a few things over the years, and if you're not sure who he is, he's the guy from the last couple of Mission Impossible films, the main bad guy in those films. He delivers here a really typical Sean Harris performance, very off-kilter, very visceral, this very, very strange guy who's described by members of the church as like this pagan guy. They see him as like, some kind of a cult leader, but you're not sure how to take him initially because he's very hard to like. He's very confrontational, he's very sarcastic, and he doesn't seem to be popular with those amongst the community for the most part, but in his own way he does have this family's best interest at heart, it would seem. but you're not sure. I think the clever part of his performance, Sean Harris's performance, is you're not sure where his character's going to go, if which side he's going to lay on. You know what I mean? Is he trying to manipulate the family to head them further into darkness, or is he trying to help the family? And that's something that you ultimately get your answers, but the film doesn't necessarily feed you that information. You kind of have to learn it along with the film. We have John Lynch, who's a recognisable face. He's been in a few things. He was in the Terror TV show. I think he's been in Game of Thrones as well. Who plays like, I'm not sure if he's an archbishop or something like that. Again, another quite manipulative character that pops up now and again, and you're not sure what his angle is in regards to putting families in this house. Does he know of its past? Has he been manipulated by it? What's going on? So it's quite a mysterious film. There's quite a few mysteries to solve here in this film. Ultimately, though, is this film going to scare you? Occasionally. I mean, what really harms this film, I would suggest, and will probably put a lot of people off while watching it, is its pacing. Very, very slowly paced film. That is held together by the performances, but ultimately, I think a lot of people lose patience with it because of its pace. It's a slowly paced film that sprinkles an occasional scare that is effective, but I'm not sure it's enough to keep, traditional horror fans particularly happy. But those of you that like a slow-paced, well-written haunted house story, you're going to find something that's ultimately really quite watchable here, if not something that does anything different with the genre, and it's not really going to scare the pants off you, but it's certainly a welcome distraction. So a 6 out of 10 from me. Could have done better here with this one, but I think it's certainly watchable too. So that is my review for The Banishing. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching. I will of course be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.